Montclair State men's basketball has been heroic this season, and one player in particular is a true Iron Man. Kieren Flanagan has started every game for this year, but as well as every game dating back to his freshman year. Associate head coach Sean Rossi knew Flanagan's style of basketball was the perfect fit for the program that the coaching staff is building.
So at first I got an email from his head coach. He emailed me some game film on Kieren at first and said, I want you to check this guy out. It wasn't even the scoring and really the passing at the time that I was drawn to. It was, he looked like he was playing with a chip on his shoulder and a bigger chip than in comparison to anyone else on the floor. I called his head coach right away and said, I love him. When does he play next? He gave me the schedule and I was there at the next game. Watched him live. And as I expected, within the first minute of the game, I'm pretty sure he was bleeding in like 2 different areas from diving on the floor and didn't care at all and was just all over the place. And I called Coach Potts on my way home and I was like, he's absolutely perfect for what we want to do.
I mean, growing up I was always a scorer and stuff, but I mean, you find your role as you go to different places and stuff. And I mean, for me, I'm just always trying to help the team win. So I mean, whatever role I got to do, not be the scorer, pass, rebound. I mean, whatever I got to do to lead the team to a win is what I do.
We knew we were just getting a kid that was going to make an impact in a lot of different ways, but most importantly with his motor. He played with such a high motor in high school that you knew that would translate right away. So it was a pretty traditional recruiting process in terms of the information getting out and seeing them, and we really just tried to separate ourselves by getting to see them a lot. Coach Rossi did a great job with that.
The team presses full court for all 40 minutes. This philosophy is a recipe for success for a guy like Flanagan.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. For me, it's a perfect system for me. Coach Potts says to every recruit that we've had, he tells us what we're going to do, and a lot of us might not have believed it 100%, but we decided to come here and we ended up seeing it. But that's where coming in all the time and just putting in that effort and that extra work is going to help develop it.
I've done this for a long time. I've told you guys that in a lot of different scenarios. I mean, in the 23 years I've been doing it, I don't know if there's a guy that plays harder.
His effort. I mean, his number one skill is his effort. He's the hardest playing person on the floor at all times, both teams combined. He came in right away and his energy was so contagious. How could you keep him off the floor?
It's no secret that Flanagan's hustle sets him apart, but as a captain, his voice on and off the court is another place where he makes an impact.
When you're young and you're competitive, I think you kind of get in your own way sometimes. And I think as he's going through his career, he's really matured. He's really developed into a really, really good leader in several areas. And he's challenged us as coaches to be better, because when you have a guy that can lead like that, then obviously as the leaders of the program and the coaching staff, we have to raise our level as well.
And if you've noticed during the games, even when things are going wrong, he's the guy that's huddling everybody up and keeping them composed and under control.
I mean, it means a lot. I appreciate it, like, from all my teammates, and I mean, they have the same voice that I have at the end of the day. I like to use it a little more than others, I think, because I think we need it. We kind of need an energy guy kind of like that to keep the team together, to get the team going. When we're playing bad, we kind of aren't connected as much, but when we're playing good basketball, everyone's connected, and I love to see it.
Mike Jackson compared Flanagan to Batman. Assistant coach Will Bishop said Captain America. Coach Potts and Rossi had thoughts of their own.
I would say he moves like Superman, but he would probably want some Incredible Hulk in him, because I think he thinks he's a little stronger than he is. So I would probably go Superman because he flies around all over the place.
Man, that's a good one. I mean, I kind of feel like Iron Man. You know, I don't know if that's a good one or not, but Iron Man, you know, he's a warrior himself, but he's also a funny dude. You know, and I feel like Kieren, when he needs to be serious, he's serious, but when he needs to be funny, he's a funny guy. So I'm going to go with Iron Man.
Flanagan cannot fly, but with the mentality he brings every day, the sky is the limit for Kieren and the Redhawks.
I mean, I don't know, I just don't want to, at the end when it's all said and done, I don't want to be able to regret anything and look back and be like, oh, I should have gave more here, or why didn't I play like this, or why didn't I do this or that? Like, so I just want to have no regrets, so I kind of just try to leave it all out there every time I step foot on the floor. And that's for anything in life. I mean, anything I want to do it to the best of my ability. And I'm always going to put forth the most effort.